Day 580, September 26th. The tactical situation in Verbove remains unclear amid continued Ukrainian offensive operations in western Zaporizhia Oblast on September 26th. The Ukrainian General Staff reported that Ukrainian forces continued offensive operations in the Melitopol, western Zaporizhia region, direction and offensive assaults in the Bakhmut direction, inflicting losses on Russian manpower and equipment and depleting Russian forces along the entire front line. Russian sources claim that Ukrainian forces reached northern Verbove, 18 km southeast of RECIEVED, but that Russian forces pushed them back to their original positions. Russian sources have yet to directly address a claim from a source reportedly affiliated with the Russian airborne forces that Ukrainian forces control half of Verbove as of September 24th. The Ukrainian Special Operations Forces reported on September 25th that a precision Ukrainian strike on the headquarters of the Black Sea Fleet in occupied Sevastopol, Crimea, on September 22nd killed 34 Russian officers, including BSF commander Admiral Viktor Sokolov. Ukrainian Special Operations Forces reported that the strike, which occurred during a meeting of senior BSF leadership, also wounded 105 Russian personnel. Ukrainian Special Operations Forces also reported that the Ukrainian strike on the Minsk landing ship in Sevastopol on September 13th killed 62 personnel, noting that many personnel were present as the Minsk was scheduled to go on combat duty on September 14th. Russian forces conducted a series of Shahed 131-136 drone and missile strikes on the night of September 24th, 25 against Ukrainian port, grain, and military targets. Ukrainian military officials reported that Russian forces launched 12-caliber sea-launched cruise missiles from the Black Sea, 2 Onyx cruise missiles from the Sevastopol area, and 19 Shahed drones from Krasnodar Krai. Ukrainian air defenses shot down 11 caliber missiles and all 19 drones. Ukrainian military officials reported that Russian forces struck port and grain infrastructure in Odessa region, and footage shows that Russian strikes damaged a hotel in Odessa city. Russian forces continued ground attacks near Bakhmut on September 25th, but did not make any confirmed advances. The Ukrainian General Staff reported that Russian forces conducted unsuccessful attacks near Klishchivka and east and southeast of Bodanivka, 7 km northwest of Bakhmut. Several Russian mill bloggers claimed on September 24th and 25 that Russian forces pushed Ukrainian forces from their positions in Orikovo-Vasilivka, and that Russian forces now control the settlement. Russian forces continued unsuccessful ground attacks along the Avdiivka-Donetsk city line on September 25th. The Ukrainian General Staff reported that Russian forces conducted unsuccessful attacks near Avdiivka and Marinka on the western outskirt of Donetsk city, and unsuccessfully attempted to recapture lost positions near Novomikhailivka, 36 km southwest of Avdiivka. Russian sources claim that Ukrainian forces continued to conduct operations on islands in the Dnipro River on September 25th. Russian mill bloggers claim that Ukrainian forces conducted active operations on islands in the Dnipro River Delta and are attempting to land on the left, east bank of the river. In the meantime, the President of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky, finally confirmed that Abrams tanks arrived in Ukraine. He said that the Defense Ministry had already received the tanks and was preparing them for reinforcing brigades that are conducting the counteroffensive operation. And the modern Western tanks make a huge difference on the front due to their advanced guns that have a range of 4 kilometers, which allows these tanks to act like snipers. If a Ukrainian assault team faces difficulties with a particular fortification, it takes the tank about 8 minutes at maximum speed to get to the firing position and unload dozens of high explosive shells while still being multiple km away from the target, minimizing the chances of getting detected. And this tactic proved to work as the defenses are gradually breached, while losses of these tanks were reduced almost to zero.